شیفا بگیره این سینه زنی ها پشت درب سردار حقین اول پس اهل زینبیه این نگاه ارباب بغیر من سائر مدد آقام حسین و کرم آقام اول پس
بین الحرمین و حرم آقام حسین و حرم آقام اول پس
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين Respected scholars, elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. When the month of Muharram used to begin, the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam would enter into a state of grief and mourning. But come the day of Ashura and Tasu'ah, this grief and mourning would reach its peak and intensity. And they would say, on this day, Imam alayhi salam was killed just like an animal is slaughtered. If this ummah and if humanity is not to repeat such a horrendous, heinous crime, we need to remind ourselves what happened in Karbala and why it happened. And we need to address those causes. The Imams have guided us that you recall and you weep and you mourn, but you don't stop there. You go beyond. Identify who is good and who is evil. Bond yourself to the good Imam, the virtuous, the just. Declare your enmity, your distance, your dissociation, and abandoning everything of what the enemy does in their lifestyle, in their behavior, in their preferences, in their likes, in their dislikes. Beyond that, declare your ever readiness to be able to join this struggle, continuous cosmic struggle between truth and falsehood, that is going on all the time. Ya laytani kuntu ma'akum fa'afuza fawzan 'azima. In order to be able to appreciate Imam's status, we said that he is introduced by the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam as the Warith al-Anbiya, as the Sharik al-Quran, the one who defended the core message of the Quran. And therefore, allow me tonight to discuss one surah which is recommended to be recited on the day of Ashura, and that is Surah Al-Ahzab. Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter 33, talks about the status of the Prophet and what are our duties as a believer in God and a believer in the Messenger. What are our duties towards this Messenger? So in the initial part of the surah, certain laws are mentioned that these have to be obeyed. In the second part of the surah, the battle of Ahzab and how some mu'mineen followed the Prophet and obeyed him, others disobeyed. In Karbala the same thing happened. In the third part of the surah, those people who are associated with the Prophet, the wives of the Prophet, they are being instructed to follow the Prophet. In the next part of the surah, the Prophet is instructed to bring about a change in the community, in the society, which has inherited a lifestyle of jahiliyyah from the past. How to bring about a change? Those conditions are mentioned. Certain laws about private life of the Prophet are then mentioned. And then, how should you respect the Prophet when you visit him, when he invites you for a meal? What is your duty towards him and towards his family? And finally, if you want salvation, what is the duty that you have to perform? This is an overall view. Let's consider a little more in detail the message of the Quran. The first ayah, Ya ayyuhan nabi, ittaqillaha, wa la tuti' al-kafirina wal-munafiqeen. O messenger, don't obey the kafir and don't obey the munafiq. Amazing. Surah Ahzab is revealed in Medina. Not obeying the kafir, the Prophet would never do that. It seems that the kafir and their agents inside the Muslim community, the munafiq, were always meeting the Prophet, applying pressure on him, asking for compromises, telling him not to preach, telling him not to instruct and deliver the divine laws. So now the Prophet is being told, beware. They will try to thwart and they will try to oppose you. Don't you come under their pressure. Qanini, inna Allaha kana aliman hakima. God knows everything. He knows the psychology of this kafir and the munafiq, why they are opposing you. And in his hikmah, he is ordering you, beware. Don't succumb. وَاتَّبِعْ مَا يُوحَى إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرًا. The only message that you should obey all the time is the wahi that comes to you from your Lord. Never ever come under the pressure or the influence of the munafiq. Well, how could you do that? They can be powerful, they can be rich, they can be influential in society. وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ وَكِيلًا. If you want one secret of the success of the warriors and Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, it's this ayah. Don't listen to the munafiq. Don't come under their pressure. And rely on God, and God will give you the strength to be able to carry out whatever your duty is towards God. The next ayah 4 onwards, there are certain practices that were inherited from the Jahiliyyah period. Now the Prophet is instructed to remove those Jahiliyyah practices. Two of them are mentioned here. مَا جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لِرَجُلٍ مِّنْ قَلْبَيْنِ فِي جَوْفِهِ. Allah has not given a person two hearts, meaning that no individual can have love of two different things which are opposing each other. Either you follow the messenger and the wahi that comes to him, or you follow jahiliyyah. You can't do both. For example, there was a particular type of talaq known as dhihar, which was in practice in the jahiliyyah. Stop that. That's not acceptable and accepted by God. You consider your wife as if she's your mother. No, she cannot become like that. The second jahiliyyah practice, adoption. Somebody who is not biologically born from you, the son of somebody else is taken as the adopted son, and everything is given to him just like a biological son. All in the inheritance and the maintenance laws apply. Allah says, no, this is not an acceptable practice. Ayah number 5 then says that no, you can adopt a son, but he will not inherit from you. He will not have the other rights of a biological son. There's no problem. You can sponsor somebody else who is an orphan, but he cannot become your real son. It's amazing. Surah Ahzab discusses this issue. It's directly related to Karbala. Ibn Ziyad, Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad in Kufa, the son of Ziyad. Ziyad was an adopted son. Ziyad's father was not known. So they would refer to him as Ziyad bin Abi. Ziyad, the son of whoever his father was. Muawiyah, when he became the governor in Sham, during the time of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Ziyad was appointed as the governor of Basra under Abdullah bin Abbas. Imam alayhi salam used to receive reports that Ziyad is deviating now. He is collecting funds, he is mismanaging, he is getting corrupt. He is living a luxurious life. Imam alayhi salam immediately summons him, warns him, beware. Muawiyah comes to know about this, writes him a letter. Ziyad, come over. You know, we are brothers. So Ziyad is surprised. Brothers? Yes, my father visited the lady from which you were born. Married lady whom Abu Sufyan visited. And she gave birth to this boy. Officially in Sham, on the mimbar, sitting on the lower rank, Ziyad. Sitting on the upper rank of the mimbar, Muawiyah announces to the public. Anybody knows about the background of Ziyad? Somebody stands up, yes, we know he came from this particular family and we know he's related to Abu Sufyan. There you go. He's my brother. The Sharia says, a boy born out of wedlock, if you're not sure about the paternity, it belongs to the family from which this woman is married to. She was married, the mother, she was married to Ubayd, a slave. The wife Marjana happened to be a prostitute. Amazing. Surah Ahzab says they are openly flouting and breaking God's laws. Taking somebody whom Allah has said cannot be your son. In ayah number 6, Allah then says, if you want actually to be able to remove the jahiliyyah customs and practices, be it about marriage, be it about talaq, be it about all the other affairs in life, be it about hajj, then there is one fundamental requirement. You must accept and acknowledge the status of the Prophet as the father figure who has governing and administrative rights over you. An-nabiyyu awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim. The Prophet has got more authority. He's your Mawla. And therefore, whatever he decides, even if it is against your property or against your family, you have to accept from him. And his wives, the Prophet's wives, وَأَزْوَاجُهُ أُمَّهَاتُهُمْ. The wives of the Prophet are the mothers of the believers, and therefore the believers are not allowed to get married to their mothers, the wives of the Prophet. The next part of the ayah talks about irth. I'm skipping that. Ayah number 7 then says, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ مِيثَاقَهُمْ. And remember the time when from every messenger we took a covenant and a promise. وَمِنْكَ, and we also took it from you, O Prophet. وَمِن نُوحٍ وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى وَعِيسَى بْنَ مَرْيَمَ وَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُمْ مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا. And we took a very strong pledge from them that they will receive the true message, they will preach it under all circumstances and defend it despite all opposition. They will testify to the truth of the past messengers. They will predict who is coming in the future. And you also, Prophet, have to do that. Imam Hussein alayhi salam was introduced by the Prophet because there was a mithaq between him and God. The past messengers talked about the last messenger because there was a mithaq from God. Are you surprised, therefore, when the past messengers were reported to by Jibreel that the last messenger will have a grandson who shall be killed brutally, that those past messengers wept? According to this ayah, this pledge was taken from them. Receive the truth and deliver the truth. Ayah number 8. لِيَسْأَلَ الصَّادِقِينَ عَنْ صِدْقِهِمْ وَأَعَدَّ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا. And throughout history, the test has been, whoever has been given the chance to receive the truth and has understood it, then is it enough just to claim to know that I have accepted the Prophet? Where is the evidence? Where is the practical proof that you are a real follower of the messenger or not? Karbala is a place where this test was shown. There are those who claim they have accepted the messenger, but they refuse to follow the guidance of the messenger. Ayah number 9 up till ayah number 27 is specific for the battle of Ahzab. Most of the verses are about munafiqeen. The munafiq, they will come to give excuses. We can't fight. They are afraid of death. They will give excuses. Oh, our houses are exposed. Our women are exposed. Our business is in danger. Allow us to go back. False excuses, O Prophet. The real reason, they're afraid of death. The real reason, they don't trust you. The real reason, the promises that you have given, that Allah will give us victory, they haven't accepted that. I'm skipping all the details. Towards the end of this paragraph, there is an ayah where Allah says that in contrast to the munafiq, the mu'min is different. مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ رِجَالٌ. Amongst the believers there are a group of strong, firm faith men. صَدَقُوا مَا عَاهَدُوا اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِ. They have fulfilled the pledge and promise they made to you, O Prophet, that they will defend you till their last drop of blood. فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ قَضَى نَحْبَهُ. Some of them have already acted on their promise. They have died already in the past. Hamza, for example, became Sayyidu Shuhada of his time. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَنْتَظِرُ. Amongst the believers are those who are still awaiting to fulfill their promise to defend and to die for you, O Prophet. They will not allow any injury to come to you. They are ready to give up their lives for you, O Prophet. They are waiting for that chance. Ali ibn Abi Talib, for example, eager for the chance to become shaheed in the defense of Islam and the messenger of Islam. وَمَا بَدَّلُوا. And they did not change their promise. تَبْدِيلًا. Not the slightest wavering in the promise that they have made to you. Are you surprised? Imam Hussein alayhi salam and the other warriors in Karbala proudly refer to Ali alayhi salam. Are you surprised in Karbala after every shaheed comes back, Imam alayhi salam recites this ayah, some of them have fulfilled their promises, others are waiting to fulfill their promises. Are you surprised Ali Akbar? Are you surprised Abbas? Are you surprised Imam Hussein himself when they go to the battlefield? أنا الحسين بن علي آليت أن لا أنثني أحمي عيالات أبي أمضي على دين النبي. Everything around Ali. I'm here following the path of Ali. Surah Ahzab is powerful as far as Karbala is concerned. And then Allah says, وَرَدَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِغَيْظِهِمْ لَمْ يَنَالُوا خَيْرًا. In Ahzab, you know what happened? No blood was spilled. Total victory without any spilling of blood. وَكَفَى اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الْقِتَالِ. Allah designed the whole battle in such a way that there was no need for anyone else to go to the battlefield to spill blood to defend the Prophet and to defend the messenger and the message. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu one man came and faced the enemy. Ali ibn Abi Talib faced Amr ibn Abd Wud. Which Amr? Amr, the one who was famous. Even the companions knew it very clearly that this man single-handedly can face 100. You expect me to go and face him? Ali went and faced him and defeated him. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ. How come? How did Ali, the young, face this strong, well-built, huge person who could carry a whole camel and use him as a shield? Well, how did Ali manage? وَكَانَ اللَّهُ قَوِيًّا عَزِيزًا. And God is almighty, unconquerable. Depend on Him, trust in Him, take your strength from Him. You can face any enemy. Karbala was inspired by Ali alayhi salam. I'm skipping the other verses. Ayah number 28 to 35 then talks about the wives of the Prophet. That, O wives of the Prophet, you seem to have developed interest in the dunya. You want the luxuries of the dunya. إن كنتن تردن الحياة الدنيا وزينتها فتعالين أمتعكن وأسرحكن سراحا جميلا. No, I don't want a life of luxury. I cannot give you all the luxurious demands that you want. It's not haram. But for me as a prophet, I cannot, because the whole ummah needs to share the resources. I don't have enough resources, so I cannot. If you are unhappy with me, I will release you. I will give you your mahar. I will give you extra gifts. I'll give you enough for your maintenance, but we separate. You can't continue to stay with me. Anyone associated with the Prophet in a leadership position cannot afford to live a luxurious life. Abu Dhar, when he went to Sham and he saw that luxurious palace, he said, this is not what we saw in the Prophet. Based on this ayah, the Prophet was ready to release and divorce his wife and wives if they did not agree and conform to his standard of living, of simplicity. I'm skipping the details. Ayah number 29 then says that, but if you want the akhirah, no problem, you can be with me. And ayah number 30 then says, women of the Prophet, you do one sin, there's double punishment. You do one act of goodness, there's double reward. Because you are associated with the Prophet, people are looking at you. How is it that the Khalifa is extra responsible? Association with the Prophet. In the name of the Prophet, you're ruling the Muslim Ummah. You do one mistake, double punishment. You act righteously, double reward. Ayah number 31 then talks about وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. And you should try to stay at home unnecessarily. Don't come out of home. And if you do come out of home, O wives of the Prophet, you must observe the hijab, proper hijab, full hijab, not the display as was practiced in the time of the Jahiliyyah. وَأَقِمْنَا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتِينَا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَطِعْنَا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. Fundamentally, pray and pay and obey. These are the three basic principles that you must follow. And then the ayah number 33 of Surah Ahzab continues, إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمُ الرِّجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ وَيُطَهِّرَكُمْ تَطْهِيرًا. And Allah has willed to keep away from you all special members of the family of the Prophet. Special members. Kwanini was sababu the Prophet. In the riwayah is by Aisha, riwayah is by Salama. She says under the kisa, the five were assembled. I requested, can I enter? And the Prophet says, no, you keep away. You are a good woman, but keep away. You don't belong in this particular group. And the Prophet announced this and pronounced it continuously for several months. Every day he used to recite this ayah outside the house of Ali and Fatima. Are you surprised Imam Hussein alayhi salam in that first confrontation that takes place with the governor of Medina quotes this ayah and says, we are the Ahlul Bayt. We cannot bow down. We are from Tahara. How do you want us to bow down to Najasa? And the last khutbah he gave in Karbala, he quotes this hadith again about the kisa. Tell me, he says on Ashura, on the whole face of the earth, is there anyone who is ibnu binti nabiyyikum, the son of the daughter of your Prophet, other than me? Hadith kisa. You don't accept my status of hadith kisa. Alright, so you think I'm a liar. But let me tell you, I've never lied. But if you don't trust me, good enough. Go and ask those who are living. Old companions of the Prophet were still alive. Ask Jabir bin Abdullah al-Ansari, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Sahal bin Sa'ad al-Sa'idi, Zayd bin Arqam, Anas bin Malik. Ama fikum hajiz an safki dami. What is the crime for which you want to attack and kill me? Don't you know my status? Surah Ahzab is powerful. To all Muslims we say, how can you justify and keep silent on an atrocious crime that was committed based on the Surah of Ahzab? He was the purest of the pure alive at that time. And the ayah then continues, and all wives of the Prophet, وَاذْكُرْنَ مَا يُتْلَى فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ, and continuously remind yourself about the verses and the instructions and the guidance that is being revealed to you in your house. Min ayatillah wal hikmah, from the signs of God, the verses of God, and the hikmah. Hikmah, the Holy Prophet comes and explains to you. Ahlul Bayt, the Prophet tells you what is the meaning of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ لَطِيفًا خَبِيرًا. Then the next ayah talks about the ranks that both men and women have. Karbala was formed not only by men warriors, they were also women. And Surah Ahzab praises them, mentions 10 different qualities that these women of Jannah have. And then ayah 36 onwards, the Prophet now is instructed to remove the Jahiliyyah practice whereby people consider it wrong to get married to the divorced woman of your adopted son. You are getting married to the woman who is married to your son? And the Quran says, no, he's not your son. He's your adopted son, not your biological real son who deserves to inherit from you. So when Zayd bin Muhammad, no, Zayd bin Harith, this is how he should be addressed. The adopted son divorced his wife Zaynab bint Jahsh. Then the Prophet gets remarried to this woman. I'm skipping that story. The important thing is, oh Prophet, what is the truth? People will be surprised. Oh, how can you get married to a divorced woman? How can you get married to a widow? No. There are certain sunnah of Jahiliyyah, get away with it. الَّذِينَ يُبَلِّغُونَ رِسَالَاتِ اللَّهِ وَلَا يَخْشَوْنَ أَحَدًا إِلَّا اللَّهِ يَخْشَوْنَهُ وَلَا يَخْشَوْنَ أَحَدًا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. As a messenger, your duty is to receive the message and deliver. If people don't accept, don't fear them, fear God. They have to receive the truth and they will be tested to what extent they accept or reject the truth. مَا كَانَ مُحَمَّدْ أَبَا أَحَدٍ مِّن رِجَالِكُمْ. Muhammad is not the father of any living boy. He had no surviving son. Ibrahim died after 18 months of birth. وَلَكِنْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ وَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ. And he's the last messenger, and therefore he must deliver the last message. There's not going to come any other prophet after him to show the truth. This truth must be spoken fearlessly. That's what Imam Hussein was doing. He's the last living member of the Kisa. If he doesn't speak up, it's the end of Islam. Where does the inspiration come? From the Quran and the seerah of the Prophet. So we're supposed to follow the Prophet, and if we follow the Prophet, we can overcome the Jahiliyyah lifestyle of the past. How do I gain the strength to be able to follow the Prophet? In the context of the Battle of Ahzab, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. And for you, there's a perfect model to be followed in all aspects of life, but in the battlefield also, the example of the Prophet. لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُ اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَذَكَرَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. You can only get the inspiration and the motivation and the strength to want to follow the Prophet against your desires, against the desires of your parents or traditions or customs which are ruling, which are Jahiliyyah. You can only get that inspiration if you really believe in God and the reward that He promises for obedience, and you really are afraid of the punishment should you disobey, and if you constantly, regularly, frequently, persistently remind yourself about God. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu uzkuru Allaha dhikran kathira wasabbihuhu bukratan wa asila. Remember Him morning and night. That's where you'll get the strength to be able to do good and to fight against evil. Are you surprised, therefore, Shab-e Ashur, the one thing Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his companions asked for respite? Dhikrullahi kathira. That's where they're going to get all their strength from. And then the ayah continues by saying, if you do so, then Allah will give you His special mercy. وَالَّذِي يُصَلِّي عَلَيْكُمْ وَمَلَائِكَتُهُ. Allah does salawat on you, O mu'mineen, if you do dhikr. Allah is ready to give His mercy. Allah is overflowing with mercy. There is no limit to His mercy. But the question is, who deserves to receive His mercy? The one who opens his heart, the one who humbles his heart, the one who is in the remembrance of God. You are the master, I am the slave. Mawlai, I am abd. You are Rahim, I am marhum. You are mu'ti, I am muhtaj. Remember God and your relationship to Him. That is what will open up your heart to receive special grace and mercy from Him. And ayah number 44 then says that then He will send special salam to you. Salam from the mu'mineen and from the angels and from the Prophet also. Ayah number 45 then says, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَسِرَاجًا مُنِيرًا. Prophet, we have sent you as a witness. Your lifestyle becomes a model, everybody witnesses you. But you are also a witness to the people. You are observing what they're doing. The angels are coming to report to you what the ummah is doing. Are you surprised therefore in Karbala the Prophet in Barzakh was reported to what happened in Karbala? Because he's shahid. According to this ayah. Ayah 46 then says, he is the siraj, munir, the lamp which is shining brightly. What was the claim in Karbala? You leave the shining bright lamp and you go to Yazid. It's darkness. The world is dangerous. There are pitfalls that you can't see except if you have the right guidance and the illumination. And the ayah 47 there says, if you do so and accept the Prophet and follow him, you will get great fadlan kabira. Grace which is so great. It's unimaginable. Unimaginable. What is it that gave strength to the Karbala warriors on the day of Ashura? The preparation of the eve of Ashura, reminding themselves about God's promise. Ayah number 48. Ya ayyuhan nabi la tuti' al-kafirin wal-munafiqeen. Oh, the ayah is repeating itself. Beginning ayah. Don't follow the kafir and the munafiq. Middle ayah of the surah. Don't follow the munafiq and the kafir. Because they're going to continuously apply pressure on you. And this is what was happening to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam told all those people who said, don't go to Karbala, you will be killed, don't trust the Kufans, they will betray you. Imam Hussein alayhi salam says, there is nowhere in this land I go to but that they will chase me. Ultimately, it reached a point on the day of Ashura, he tells the Kufans, even if you did not call me, I would still come and fight against Yazid. Qanini ala wa inna ad-da'i ibn ad-da'i qad rakazani bayna thnatayn bayna as-sillati wadh-dhilla wa hayhata min adh-dhilla. Yazid expects me to bow down to his evil rule. Even if you Kufans were not ready to support me, I would oppose him. No! No! All the companions, I tell them, go. Single-handedly, I will face Yazid's army, but I will not bow down. Hayhata min adh-dhilla. Never ever will we surrender to evil. Evil is a small drop. Allah's ocean of mercy is unlimited. Can't overrule the truth. People are blind, they don't know the truth. That's why they're overwhelmed with the numbers and the forces and the power and the weapons. But it's just a facade. Ayah number 49 onwards is the private life of the Prophet, the marriages, and he has to be fair between the wives. And now finally Ayah 52 says, now it's the end, don't get married anymore. 11 wives now. Ayah 53. O believers, you must respect the Prophet. Do not go to his house without his permission. And when you are there and you are invited, don't overstay. Don't start chatting and gossiping there in his presence. He's a very humble, gentle, compassionate person. He feels hurt, but he won't tell you. Well, I will tell you. I have to defend my Prophet. You're hurting him. Please go away. He has invited you for a meal. Eat your meal and then go away. And when you're there, don't talk to his wives face to face. It's not right. Talk to them behind the curtain. And don't do anything to hurt him. For example, after he dies, don't even think of getting married to his wives. This ayah is telling us, don't even take a small step to hurt my Prophet. Even when you go for food, don't overstay. What did the Ummah do? You think the Prophet was not hurt by what happened to Hussein alayhi salam? Where is the Ummah? Where did they accept the message of this ayah of Surah Ahzab? Ayah number 54 says, after he dies, forget about planning to get married. Don't even think about it. Oh, I'm watching. I will take you to account. I can't, forget about me making a proposal. The ayah saying no. The next ayah says, don't even think about hurting the Prophet at your thought level. That's how respected my Prophet is. That's how sacred and holy and protected he is and beloved to me. Keep your limits. What did the Ummah do to this Prophet who was so beloved to God? Oh, so we are not allowed to look face to face the wives of the Prophet. But what about the relatives of the wives of the Prophet? No, relatives are different. Ayah number 55 says there is no hijab between the relatives and the wives of the Prophet. Ayah 56, the famous ayah of Salawat. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. God's mercy is descending all the time. God is overflowing with love and grace and mercy and compassion and forgiveness. And it will only go to those people who deserve. And there is no better person who deserves more mercy than the Prophet. The Prophet is receiving his mercy from God all the time. Well, if God is doing it, and after God the angels are doing it, how come you are negligent? You also send your special salutations and greetings on the Prophet. No, sallimu taslima. Make salam on him. Show your respect. Show that you're not going to do anything to hurt him. Salam, not war. What did the Ummah do? Declare war on him and on his progeny. Ayah number 57. Don't you do anything to hurt my Prophet. Not a single act of hurting. No, not a single word to hurt him. Not to hurt him or his family. Not to hurt him when he's alive. Not to hurt him when he's dead. Ayah 57. Well, he's a respected, beloved, highest creature that I've created. Constantly in my grace and mercy. The famous hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where he introduces Imam Hussein ﷺ, says, Allahumma ahibba man ahabbahu wa abghidh man abghadahu. Allahumma man azahum faqad azani. Whoever hurts them has hurt me. What did the Ummah do? Not only the Prophet should not be hurt and his family. Ayah number 58 says, not even the mu'mineen who believe in the Prophet should be hurt. Because they believe in the Prophet. Because they follow God's commands. What did this Ummah do? Imam Hussein alayhi salam, on the day of Ashura, when everybody had already sacrificed, he brought his son Ali Asghar to the battlefield. هل من ذاب يذب عن حرم رسول الله. All my companions have already been killed. Is there no one amongst you, O Kufans, O Muslims? Wait, don't you pray salah? In your salah, don't you send salawat? Without salawat, your salah is batil. Salawat on which Prophet? I am the living son of the daughter of the Prophet. Which salah are you praying? I brought my flesh and blood. Is there no one to defend? And he comes and he presents the little boy. The army responds by, he addresses the army, يا قومي قد قتلتم شيعتي وأهل بيتي وقد بقي هذا الطفل يتلظى عطشا. Now he is in his father's laps, moving left and right out of the intensity of the thirst. I'm presenting him to you. I'm not asking you to feed me. Are you humans? Do you have a conscience? Do you remember we met on the 26th of Zil Hijjah with Hur? Do you remember I fed you with water? You came as my enemy. No. I fed your horses. No. There was one last one running. He came last. He missed. I personally, others I sent my companions to feed. That last one in your army who came of 1,000, I personally went and fed him. Don't you remember? Don't you have any reciprocity of generosity, of compassion? No. Imam Hussein alayhi salam wanted to expose their brutality. their mercilessness, their pitilessness. They were not humans, they were beasts. Any other human being would have respected a child, not the Kufans who were in Karbala. Harmalat carries out his dastardly evil act. Blood flows from Ali Asghar into the hands of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Allahumma in habasta anna al-nasr. Oh Allah, if you have not sent anyone else to help us, I'm offering this final blood to you. This blood was thrown to the heavens. Oh Allah, accept it. It is reported that the drops of blood went up, did not come down. Allah's angels received those drops of blood. Otherwise this earth would have shaken with the anger of God. Ayah number 59 then says, you must observe hijab. Ayah number 60 is amazing. I haven't come across any ayah in the Quran which is so strict and stern as far as the munafiq is concerned. Munafiq in Medina, don't you dare harass women who are in hijab. Don't you dare spread evil and rumors to hurt the believers. And O Prophet, tell them, if they don't stop this harassment and hurting, then لَنُغْرِيَنَّكَ بِهِمْ ثُمَّ لَا يُجَاوِرُونَكَ فِيهَا إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. We shall give you instructions, O Prophet. Go and hunt them down, seize them, punish them, if necessary, kill them. Oh, the instruction to kill the munafiq being given to the Prophet should they harass the believers. Are you surprised Imam Hussein's killers are not avenged when they dared not to harass, not to parade the women of the Ahlul Bayt in Sham and Kufa? No, they killed. According to this ayah, قُتِّلُوا تَقْتِيلًا, they should be killed. In ayah number 61, Allah says that they should be cursed. Ayah 62 says, and remember, we are being strict with the munafiq. Islam is cruel. No. Sunnat Allah. This has been the law of God in all the past messengers, Sharia. Nobody challenges, hurts, harasses the Prophet and his message, but that God gives clear instructions to contain them. Ayah number 63. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ السَّاعَةِ. They come and ask you, oh, when is this Qiyamah? You keep on promising us, you disobey, you will be punished. Where is this Qiyamah? O Prophet, tell them, nobody knows when it is, but it's going to come. Even I don't know. All of us need to be prepared. Yazid lived only 3 years in Khilafah. Yazid didn't act on this ayah. He thought that he's never going to die. A 30-plus-year-old man went on a hunting trip, suddenly dies, unexpectedly, in a hunting accident. The ayah is very powerful. Anytime God's grace can be cut off and punishment can come down. And Allah will curse them and punish them. And ayah 65 says this punishment will be eternal. And ayah 66 says that they will be roasted in the fire of hell, on the left side, on the right side, on all sides. Because in the dunya they burnt other people and the believers. The surah is now ending. Ayah 67. Now they're in Jahannam. They will say, oh Lord, don't punish us. Punish these elders and leaders who misguided us. Oh Lord, curse them. Oh Lord, punish them twice, double. They were lost and they misled us. And Allah says, wait a minute. Yes, they were lost, they were misled. But when they misguided you, didn't you have the reasoning power and the sense? Did not Hussein a.s. come and tell you who he was? Didn't he ask you for evidence? What is the crime has he committed? Why did you accept your leaders and your elders and committed the heinous crime? No excuse. They'll be punished double, but you'll also be punished. Ayah number 69, about Musa, I'll skip that. The surah ends by saying, O believers, have taqwa, obey God, and fear disobeying Him. O believers, قَوْلُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. Whatever you speak, speak the truth. Don't be afraid. You speak the truth, Allah will support you. يُصْلِحْ لَكُمْ أَعْمَالَكُمْ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ. And Allah will forgive you. You'll get the strength. To be able to speak the truth means you think the truth. To be able to think the truth means stop thinking negative things, useless things, gossiping, sinful things. Train yourself to become pure inside. Allah will forgive you. Allah will support you. And this is what Hussein ﷺ did in Karbala and all the other companions when they faced the enemy. The surah ends by this final ayah, which to me is the core message of Karbala. Inna عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال. We presented a special gift to the heavens and the earth and the mountains. فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها. But the heavens and the earth and the mountains refused to accept this special gift. وحملها الإنسان. But man accepted it. What was the special gift? The gift whereby Allah gives the potential to a creature to be able to receive guidance from God, to be able to act on it, to be able to bring about a change in yourself, and then to be able to bring about a change around you, from your family to your society to the whole community to the whole world. This capacity has been given only to man. Heavens and the earth are fixed, they can't change. Mountains are fixed, they can't change. Only humans have the power to change. Karbala tells us that the change occurred from the highest to the lowest, from the asfala safilin to the a'la illiyin. The most important message we learn from Karbala is, human beings, you have endless potential to grow. There is limitless help available from God. You doubt? Look at Hussein all alone. Came for the final salam to his family. Zainab and Ruqayya and Kulthum and Sakina, salam to you. Salam to Sajjad alayhi salam. Now he goes to the battlefield all alone. The amana. Ana al-Husayn ibn Ali. آليت أن لا أنثني أحمي عيالات أبي أمضي على دين النبي. I am the son of Ali and I will defend the message with all my effort and ounce of energy that I have got. That is his attack on the left. Then he comes and attacks on the right of the enemy. الموت خير من ركوب العار والعار أولى من دخول النار. For me to die is better than to submit to evil. And if I'm forced to submit to evil, if I'm caught alive and I'm not dead, temporarily I will accept it, but I will not accept to go to Jahannam. It's unavoidable. I had to bow down, but I'll do all my efforts to refuse. To me, God's law is supreme. Umar ibn Sa'ad says, woe be to you! You can't fight this man. He is the son who has the spirit of his father, who single-handedly faced hundreds. You can't face him. Cavalry come back, archers go forth, spears, swords, stones, a rain of arrows, hundreds, thousands. Hussein loses his balance. On his forehead, bleeding. On his neck, bleeding. He takes the blood and he covers his beard with it. I will meet my grandfather like this. This is what the Ummah did to me. He falls to the ground, but such a brave man. The enemy was afraid to come near him. In those last moments, Hussein shows this amana, this limitless potential. He says, "Oh Allah, I trust in you and you alone in these last moments of my life. Oh Allah, all I have is from you. Sabran ala bala'ik. I'm bleeding all over. I've got hundreds of arrows that have pierced my body. But I want the strength to endure all this pain. وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And it comes from you and you alone, O Lord. Allahumma ridan biqada'ik. Oh Allah, I feel the pain. No, make that pain pleasurable for me. It's my mind. If I know this is a gift from you, I'm happy to receive all the pain. I don't feel the pain. I'll thank you. No. Tasliman li amrik. My Lord, forget about me feeling the pain. pain, me feeling the pleasure. I have submitted myself to you. I don't want to think what is painful, what is pleasurable. You, come on. I say yes. No, not تسليما لأمرك. لا معبود سواك. Who am I feel pain. I don't want to feel pain. I want to go beyond pain and pleasure. There is no I. لا معبود سواك. There is no power, mercy, grace, energy, life, pleasure other than you. Undefeatable. That's the core message of Karbala. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.